Hi everybody, Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com here. Going to share another 3D project with you today. So last week I shared making a box using some dies, but these boxes have been made from scratch with cardstock, a scoring tool, and measuring and the like. So there is a bit of a story to this in that I made this one and decided that I wanted to jazz it up a bit, and I thought I'd filmed this one for you, only to find that at the end it hadn't recorded. So rather than repeat this project, which is actually on my blog today, and I will link to that in the description bar below, I'm going to make a slightly different version, slightly smaller, in a different colourway. So that was that. So this was actually sized to hold 9 Ferrero Rocher chocolates. It will also hold sort of similar sized chocolate treats, so the Lindor truffles and things like that. But of course it's a decent size, it could hold whatever you want it to hold. It's 4¼ inches square, so quite a decent size, and it is 1½ inches deep. So that was that was the project I was hoping to show you how to make. But what we'll do is we'll make a slightly smaller one that will hold 4 chocolates, and we're going to use a lemon lime twist colourway. This is Berry Burst and Powder Pink. We're going to use lemon lime twist today. Okay. So I have done a bit of prep ahead of time, so I've already scored and cut the base. So we're just going to finish off doing the lid, because I just want to show you a little trick, because these two pieces of cardstock actually started off the same size, and you'll think, well, how does the lid ever fit if you're going to score the same piece of cardstock? So I'm just going to show you a little trick on how you can do that. So we'll tuck that to one side for the moment, and I'll bring my Simply Scored tool up so you can see. Okay. The lid's going to be made with this beautiful Foil Frenzy cardstock in lemon lime twist. So I've scored 3 of the sides already. I'm just going to score this last side. Like I say, this is exactly the same size, so this was actually, and I've put down the little measurements, it's like 8¾ let's do it on here, yeah, 8¾ square, and it's going to be scored at 1½ and 3. But if you do that, you'll make it exactly the same size as your base, and the lid won't fit on. But by using a little cardstock shim, so this is just some Whisper White that I folded in half, sorry about that's flaring on the screen, and putting it against the butt bar here, what this does is move the cardstock fractionally over, so that we can still score in the same places and not have to worry about fractions of an inch. The other way to make sure your lid fits your box is to actually cut the lid 1/16 of an inch larger. So with the Stampin Up trimmer, that's actually reasonably straightforward to do, because we have 1/16 of an inch increments on our trimmer, but not all trimmers are made equally. So if you have a trimmer that doesn't have those little indents, then it can be a bit tricky. So this is the Stampin Up trimmer, fantastic trimmer. Comes with 2 blades, so there's a light grey scoring blade and also a dark grey cutting blade. So a little lock here opens the secure arm there. You've got measurements on this side as well, so if you're doing little skinny bits, you can actually put your cardstock against the butt bar here and cut there. There are butt bars at the bottom as well, if you prefer. I can't get it into the camera. Prefer that. There are centimetres, but and inches along the top, but only centimetres down the side. So like I said, that this one actually has these really fine increments, so it's quite clear where those 1/16 of an inch marks are. They're those little, so these little tiny marks here are 1/16 of an inch, which does come in handy for some things. Now we could score this box on here with the score blade. You get a very narrow score line, doesn't give you as much wriggle room. I prefer to use the simply scored for scoring boxes. It's great for cards, so I will cut and score my cards on here, but I won't do boxes on here. And then the other great thing is this extension arm, so for small stuff, cards and the like, this goes up to 6 inches, which is more than sufficient, but it can go up to 14 and well, practically a half really, so you can do larger projects on here as well. Okay, so that's the trimmer. Brilliant thing. We sell the blades, replacement blades, in I think they're a 2-pack, and it's a brilliant trimmer. Brilliant trimmer. Okay, so that's that. So yes, so we've done the scoring. So now, did I do the scoring? Yes, I did. So let's flip those over, and we're going to use our bone folder just to burnish those score lines. Makes a great noise across the foil. Oops. So this Foil Frenzy Designer Series paper, it's actually more like a light cardstock actually, with the foiling, and this on a craft base. It also has, so there's a stripe pattern, there's a chevron pattern and spots, and that's lemon lime twist. There's berry burst, tangerine tango or pumpkin pie. It's an orange anyway. And one of the light blues, I want to say soft sky. But the colours are listed in the catalogue. So that's our scoring done. Now we're going to do a reinforced box. So that means that there's actually a double thickness of cardstock on each side, making it more rigid. Okay, so once we've done all the scoring, we end up with 4 squares in the corner. We're actually going to completely cut away 3 and then make this one into our gluing tab. Okay, so when we're cutting, for nice long cuts like that, you want a longer pair of scissors. Stampin' Up used to do a nice set of scissors, but they retired them. So we're going to cut just to the left, only just to the left hand side of that score mark, all the way up to that intersection, and the same here. Okay, I'm going to turn it, and we're going to cut away this bottom one, and also notch into this panel ever so slightly. You're not taking a great big chunk, just a slither, but still meeting at this point here. While we're here, we'll lop off that last square as well, turn it back and put notches on this tab, and down here as well. Okay, so you can see they're only the tiniest of slithers, and those notches help with the putting together of the box. So what it means is that all the corners will sit flush, and we won't have any nasty raised edges that we then have to trim and mess about with to make it look neat. Okay, so what I did there was rotate my cardstock to the next corner, and I'm going to repeat that process. So we end up with sort of a pinwheel shape that we can then glue together. I love the sound of sharp scissors going through cardstock. You can hear the quality of that cardstock. Well, I hope you can. I can. It's like brilliant noise. Nice and crisp. So you'll find this designer series paper in the current annual catalogue. So at the moment everyone's making products with spring summer stuff and sale-a-bration items because they are fresh and new, but all of these things are actually available in the current annual catalogue, which runs all the way through to June, I want to say, end of June. So don't forget that should you wish to join Stampin' Up, there's an incentive at the moment along with sale-a-bration, so you can choose an extra 2 stamp sets in your starter kit for £99, and in that £99 you can choose whatever you want, and you get to choose stuff out of all the current catalogues apart from the sale-a-bration catalogue. So this could be something that you actually want to have in your starter kit. Right, so that's all cut. Okay, and so now we've just got to do some gluing and assembly. So let's do the base first. I'm going to use fast fuse adhesive, and we're sort of working on the outside of the base, if you like, and we're going to put glue on all 4 of the little tabs. You want to run tape as close as you can to that score line to make sure that those corners come together nice and neat and they don't look like they're going to come away. And then just carefully, I'm just going to flip it over, and we're going to put some on these outer tabs here as well. Fast fuse is very strong. You wouldn't want to use our regular snail adhesive on these, but fast fuse is great. You could also use tear and tape as well, which is a nice strong double-sided tape. Okay, so we're going to secure our corners first. So fold in the little tab, bring up the side, get it nice and flush with that scored edge, make a nice neat corner. Go around and do all of those, nice and straightforward. You could stamp onto this cardstock before you assemble it as well, if you wanted something a little different. So these extra flaps that we've got on the side now are just going to tuck inside the box. Okay, so tuck those in. So now you can see we've got the double thickness of card on the side, which makes a really sturdy box. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder again to just run along the inside there and make sure that glue's stuck down and all the edges are nice and neat. That's your base done. So need some chockies. Okay, those fit in there, beautiful and snug. How cute's that? The gold looks nice with the green actually. That looks really pretty. Okay, so base is done, and then we're going to come and do exactly the same on the lid. Okay, so adhesive on those tabs. Okay. Round we go. And we can put that together in exactly the same way. Bring those corners up. Oops. And round. Like so. And then tuck in the panels. And a quick ribbon burnish. Just to make sure it's well stuck down. Okay. Just to help with opening the box, I'm just going to use my 1/2" circle punch to just some little notches on each of the sides there, just roughly in the middle. I'm not going to measure it. So I'm going to do it on. It is quite thick, so it takes a bit of a pressure just to get that through. Okay, that's fine. So now we find out if it actually fits on top of the on top of the box base. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so I think that looks fabulous. So we're just going to add some ribbon to the top as a decoration. So I was going to, I was toying with the idea of using some lemon lime twist, but I don't know, I just think it's it's a bit too samey, so for a bit of contrast I've gone with Tranquil Tide. Okay, so I think that looks nice. Okay, rather than wrapping it all the way around the box, so I thought I would make it so that you could lift the lid without having to undo all the ribbon. So I'm just going to use some glue dots. I'm going to put that on the end there and secure it on the inside where those where those notches have just been placed, and then I'm going to bring it round, position that and cut it roughly to length. So that's going to be about there. Grab another glue dot, secure that again on the inside. I'll do the same again on the other side. There we go. Looks nice. And then the last thing to do is to tie a bow. I'm just going to feed that underneath there and use the bunny ear method, so creating 2 loops and then a simple knot just to tie that off. Make that nice and tight. Make the loops as big as you want them, and make it as tight and as pretty as you want. Okay, and then I'd like that to sit under there, but I'll try and make it a bit prettier for the photographs. See, I could tie this a million times off camera and it'd turn out okay, and then the second we've got the film running, they all go to pot. That'll do. Snip away the excess. Okay, so that will now come off with the lid. No need for anyone to try and retie that bow or even untie it. So that's a reinforced box for you. All the products that I've used, I'm going to put a link to the online shop so that you can go and browse that. I will also put a link to the joining page where you can find out more information about joining Stampin' Up, joining Sale-a-bration, getting those extra bonuses, and Sale-a-bration itself. And there will also be a link to the blog post that describes this box with the measurements and stuff. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and thank you for sticking with me. And I will see you again soon. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.